Hi everyone, thanks once again for joining me here on your Enhance Your Marriage tips. My name is Dino Watt. I'm the author and CEO of The Business of Marriage, and I'm so grateful that you have taken the time to just listen in on this week's tip. So this week's tip is very simple, and it's one of my favorites, and I'm actually surprised about how many people don't do this. I actually thought this is something everybody did. It's called pillow talk. Pillow talk is a very important time in your marriage because it gives you the time to just reconnect again. Now, the important thing to understand about pillow talk in my world, in our business world, is that it's an evaluation time. Just like in your business, if you're an employee or if you have employees, when you sit down with them and you have an evaluation, a good evaluation is actually more positive than it is negative. It is a time where you get to just catch up with each other and figure out what's going on. As a matter of fact, a good evaluation with a good business would be some boss who would actually care about what's going on in that person's life. So pillow talk is your time where you get to sit down and evaluate with one another and talk about what's going on in life. It might just be a scheduling time. It might be a little bit of, hey, did you know that Susie had this happen today and this has been really traumatic for her? Just wanted to let you know because maybe you want some input from the other person. Or just finding out, hey, make sure you don't forget that this Saturday is little Johnny's softball game and I want you to be there. He wants you to be there too, so make sure that you're able to be there. It's just the coordinating schedules time. It's the companionship inventory, if you want to call it that. What it is, it's your time to connect with each other. And why I like pillow talk so much is because it does two things. Number one, it forces you to go to bed together. There's an epidemic in this country of people not going to bed together. Now, I understand if you have work and I've done it before where I can't get to sleep and I go out and I just want to get it out of my head, so I write or whatever it might be. However, I believe there's too many excuses nowadays for you not to go to bed together. If you're on the computer or watching TV or out with friends, when your spouse is going to bed, on a regular basis especially, there's something wrong there. And what I'd like you to look into and maybe try on is that the more you two go to bed together, the more of a connection there will be between the two of you. And that's what we're all about. Number two, the reason why I like pillow talk is typically it's done in the dark. And although body language is so important when it comes to communication between the two of you, there are times where just that little kind of eyebrow up or the little kind of eye shift or the eye rolling can happen when you are talking to each other. And it might not have anything to do with what you're talking about, but the other person might read something into that. So what's great about pillow talk time is there's no lights on typically. It allows you to just talk and listen to each other's voices. It's just like being on the phone with somebody. Your listening skills are more aware because you're typically not being able to see them, so you're hanging on every word. So what I'd like you to try on this week is to try some more pillow talk. Make sure that you take the time to go to bed together, turn off those lights, if you can. There are some of you that can't turn off the lights and not fall asleep immediately. So you might have to adjust that a little bit, maybe sit up, maybe have one light on or whatever it might be. But for the most part, I want you to really try to, and I really want you to work on, don't try, I really want you to work on actually getting with each other and having pillow talk and making sure that you have that time to connect with each other on a nightly basis. Now, if you need to, if you're laying there and you just can't get to sleep and you truly just can't get to sleep because you have all these other things on your mind, then great. After the other person's fallen asleep, get up and go do what you need to do and then come back to bed. However, being on the computer for video games or chatting with other people or especially pornography, and those things are just not necessary in a marriage and they will help destroy the marriage. If you're just watching a movie or staying up late to watch TV, there's no reason for that. Think of what you're missing out on when you're not going to bed together. As a matter of fact, if you have problems in your intimate area of your marriage with sex, I would guess that part of that would have a lot to do if you're not going to bed together at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed that tip. My challenge to you this week is to make sure that you spend at least 4 nights this week going to bed together at the same time, having some pillow talk, and then being able to go on with the rest of your evening, okay? So I appreciate you. I hope that you're really working hard in your business of marriage and having a lot of fun with it, right? Because marriage is all about having fun. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.